busy lately doing classes. My grad school summer classes just started up, as well as just been working and feeling a little under the weather, but we are going to try to push through all of that. As you can see, today we have a little more NBA playoff talk. We are in the thick of the NBA playoffs with round 1 being done and round 2 just wrapping up. So we're about to see the matchups that we're going to get in the West and Eastern Conference Finals. So, if you guys haven't already seen my last video making predictions about the playoffs, you guys can go check that out. We're going to be talking about each series, kind of seeing how my predictions lined up, and how it actually unfolded. So, without further ado, let's just get into it. Honestly, my bracket I made in the first place, I think I picked all of round 1 series correct except one, which was a big one that really messed up my bracket, but we'll get to that. I got my little trusty little Apple pencil here, so we're just gonna go through. And first off, we will start in the West over here with the Thunder and Grizzlies. Not a big surprise here in this series. I think everyone knew the Thunder were gonna come out on top. Unfortunately, Ja was injured in this series. I want to say it was game 3. It looked like the Grizzlies actually had a chance to steal a game from the Thunder, but then Ja went down with that injury and just derailed any hopes they had at making it a competitive series. So I did pick this one correctly, this series. As we can see here, we're going to keep going with the West here with the Nuggets and Clippers. This was a fun series to watch. I think I watched almost every game, if I could, of this series. Obviously, the series going to 7 games was very competitive. Kind of got to see some vintage Kawhi, which was a lot of fun to watch. The Claw back in action, looking healthy. But yeah, as you can see, in the end, the Nuggets had the upper hand, of course, with their superstar center Nikola Jokic, and Jamal Murray leading the way, as well as some big-time plays from Aaron Gordon, who's just been coming up huge for the Nuggets in these playoffs, hitting some really clutch shots. So I believe I also guessed this one correctly. I don't remember how many games I said each series would be, but I knew this one would be competitive. I think I maybe had the Nuggets in 7, so I don't know. You guys can go fact check me if you feel like it. You know what? We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to this. Let's go to the East. In our first round in the East, the 1 seed versus the 8 seed, the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Miami Heat. I also correctly guessed the Cavs would win this series, but I'm pretty sure I said the Heat would win 1 game. I just had faith in their coach, Eric Spoelstra, that the Heat would perhaps be able to outcoach the Cavs coach, Kenny Atkinson, I think is what it is. Coach of the Year this year. Had a great season with the Cavs. Obviously, they were leading the East like much the entire season, which was a surprise to me. I know I didn't see that coming. And yeah, honestly, I don't think a lot of people saw that coming. I knew they were a good team, but to be as dominant as they were in the regular season. But anyways, as you can see here, the Cavs swept the Heat. It was not a very competitive series. Okay. Next we have the Pacers, the 4-seed Pacers versus the 5-seed Milwaukee Bucks. I also picked the Pacers to win this series, but I definitely didn't think they would do it in 5 games. I thought it would be more competitive, maybe going to 6 or 7. But, man, the Pacers, they've been a surprise this postseason. They have been a surprise, at least to me. They got some good depth there, a lot of good role players, players that can come off the bench and score for them. So there you go, Pacers in 5 over the Bucks. Of course, the Bucks not really having Dame. I mean, they did for, what was it, 3 games. I can't remember for sure, but obviously Dame coming back from his, I believe it was a blood clot in his calf, kind of really hindered his game, his postseason play. You could tell he just wasn't healthy. Dame Time was not present in this playoffs. Next up, we have the number 3 seed versus the 6 seed New York Knicks versus the Pistons. I also got this one correct. I thought it would be, I think I maybe said Knicks and, I don't know, I might have had 6 or 7, so might have had that one correct with the games as well. But to be honest, I was rooting for the Pistons in this one. I know New York hasn't, they're a huge market franchise, lots of Knicks fans. Obviously, New York, massive city, so a storied franchise, like one of the original NBA teams. But I mean, with as bad as the Pistons have been in recent history, I just wanted them to have something, even just making the playoffs was something for them. I think it was a big step in the right direction for the Pistons, the young Pistons team, and yeah, I think they have some stuff to be helpful for, especially with their young star, Cade Cunningham. But yeah, there you go. Knicks win this first round series in 6. Knicks in 6. Knicks in 6. Okay, next we have the Celtics, Boston Celtics, number 2 seed versus the 7 seed Orlando Magic. Guys, I still can't get that song out of my head, and it's been like a year or 2. Anyways, I had Celtics winning. I think I had them sweeping the Magic. But as you can see here, the Magic were able to get a win in this series. This was a very, very physical series. Players were going down left and right. At least on the Celtics side, we had Tatum. Man, okay, we'll get to this in a little bit. But in this series, we had Tatum injuring his wrist. We had Jaylen Brown dislocating his finger. And then, of course, we had the play where I think it was Goga Bitadze elbowed Kristaps Porzingis in his forehead. And that was the most blood I've ever seen, I think, in a basketball game. Like in an NBA game. The man was just gushing. But yeah, KP was able to come back with that bandage on his forehead, shoot his free throws. return to the game later. Of course, now he has stitches in his head, was stitched up, still playing in this playoffs. So Celtics winning this series in 5. But yeah, the Magic, they were really just getting carried by Franz Wagner and Paulo Banchero. Those two young guys are definitely the core of that team. They're a promising young team. I mean, those two stars are still very young, so we'll have to see if they can get some extra pieces around them to help them out offensively. But yeah, the Magic, keep an eye on them in the coming years. Okay, we'll get back to our first round in the West. This was the one, ladies and gentlemen. Whoops. This was the one that really messed up my bracket. And let me just explain a little bit about why I picked the Lakers to beat the Timberwolves. Okay, in my mind, it's Luka and LeBron versus Ant. Don't get me wrong, Ant is an incredible young player. I have mixed feelings about him, but there's no denying his skill on the court, right? But in my head, I'm thinking, okay, when the Lakers got Luka, it was maybe a slow start for Luka, but then they picked up, had like a 10-plus game winning streak. We're looking pretty good. I knew they were lacking depth, but again, Luka and LeBron, I'm thinking LeBron maybe has a couple years left, tops. So there's no way he's going to allow his team to be kicked out of the first round. And man, was I wrong. The Timberwolves not only winning the series, but doing it in 5 games. Their depth just really, the Lakers' lack of depth was really glaring in this series, especially when you go against a team as deep as the Wolves. I mean, they got, like I said, Ant-Man, Mike Conley, they got Gobert, Julius Randle, Nas Reed. Like, they got some pretty solid players. Jaden McDaniels. And the Lakers really just have LeBron, Luka, and Reeves, which I think Reeves is highly overrated, but that's a whole nother topic. But man, the Wolves really destroyed my bracket. I had the Lakers going all the way to the finals. Oh man, out in the first round. That is sad. That is sad for me. Not that I'm not a Lakers fan, but just sad for my bracket. Okay. So then, yeah, this was the only one I got wrong in the first round as far as winners versus losers. I'm not sure about the exact games that I picked or whatever. But down here we had the number 2 seed Rockets versus the 7 seed Warriors. Of course, this series going to 7 games. I did pick Golden State to win. I knew it would be a close series, very close series, with a young, defensive-minded Rockets team that is obviously good. I mean, they're the 2nd seed in the West, which I didn't see coming. But I think the championship and postseason experience that the Warriors had, as well as with their coach Steve Kerr, were just able to barely squeak this series out and win in 7 games. So that wraps up the first round of the playoffs, the first round. So now we can get into our second round, the conference semifinals, which again are still wrapping up. They're kind of in the middle of it. But let's just start. We'll start over here with the Cavs and Pacers since this series is wrapped up already. And man, talk about another surprise this postseason. I had the Cavs and Pacers in the conference semifinals, but I picked the Cavs to win. Clearly, Indiana had a different idea, a different thing they wanted to do, which obviously it was win, but Indiana, the Pacers, winning in 5 games over the 1 seed Cavs, who had been dominant all year. I know the Cavs were dealing with some injuries for a couple games, but still to only win 1 game, that was so surprising to me. And I believe the Pacers won all 3 games that they played on the road, which is crazy. That's a whole other thing. The road, like home court advantage, does not really seem to matter much in these playoffs. But yeah, crazy times. Cavs and Pacers. I mean, look at this. I mean, yeah, Donovan Mitchell really poured his whole heart into it, but and honestly, I wasn't able to watch a lot of this series, so I don't have too much to say about it, but man, I was not expecting Pacers to win. But again, Pacers are also a pretty deep team. Obviously, you got Halliburton, Siakam, Nesmith, Nembhard, TJ McConnell can fill in. Definitely not a bad team at all, clearly. But yeah, if you had the Pacers winning in 5 over the Cavs, you're a liar. Okay, can I go back? There we go. Also, this is unrelated to the playoffs, but I was just thinking about the Lakers and Luka again, and if you guys haven't heard, the Mavericks will have the first pick in the draft coming up this year, so they will be taking Cooper Flag, most likely. They've already said they're not going to trade the pick, so I know that sparked a lot of, I don't know what you would call it, like conspiracy theories, that the Mavericks traded Luka to the Lakers for ratings. The NBA wanted it for ratings, and in return, the Mavs get the first overall pick, which, I mean, believe what you want to believe. I don't know if it's actually rigged. I don't know if I believe all that, but the Mavs only having like a 1% chance to get the first overall pick, that just seems crazy to me. I don't know. The NBA is probably never beating the rigged allegations, but I mean, I feel like people say that about every sport, so but yeah, also I know they had like a law firm overseeing all of that, which is another reason why I don't know if I believe in all that. Like I don't know. Just a little sidebar there. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Also, it'll be a weird, I don't know, fit having Cooper Flag with Kyrie and AD. Oh, next season or what, with his torn, was it ACL? And I mean, obviously AD is injury prone, so it's probably going to be a pretty inconsistent lineup, but maybe that's good for him. Maybe that'll just mean more minutes for Cooper, and he gets to develop. But man, Mavs really, really, really lucking out on that one. Okay, back to our playoff talk. Okay, we talked about Indy and the Cav. Let's go to our other series that is already wrapped up. This one also only going to 5 games, and it was the number 6 seed Timberwolves versus the 7th seed Warriors. And in my bracket, I had the Lakers versus Warriors, but again, I was wrong. But man, again, the Wolves, man, the Timberwolves beating the Warriors in 5. I know the Warriors had some injuries. Obviously, injury to Steph is the biggest one. But man, Wolves seem like they can't be stopped right now. Again, just a very, very deep team. Not that I'm sad to see the Warriors go. But yeah, this is kind of cool. Leading players series stats. Oh, okay. So it has each player and what they led in. Oh, that's kind of cool. They really, yeah, the NBA app, you can really go in depth. Look at all these players. You can see, wow, that's cool. You can see their shots, like what percentage they had from the field. That's really interesting. I have not looked into this very much. We can look at Ant-Man. Let's see. Okay, so this is just for the series stats, but looking like he's shooting pretty well from 3. And I know Ant led the league. I don't know if it was in total threes or 3-point percentage this year, but one of those stats. Oops. But yeah, this is cool. Let's look at Steph. Man, look at this compared to Ant. Steph not even. I mean, again, he got injured too. He only took, let's see, 4, 6, 7, 9 shots in this series. Maybe let's look at Jimmy. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting distracted. I haven't looked at this. Okay, yeah, looks like Jimmy's, you can see here, a little more well-rounded. Shooting on the inside as well as beyond the arc. Oh, looks like he even had a shot way out here. Maybe past half court, but yeah. Cool little stats you can look at if you want to take a little deep dive into the series. Alright, let's move on to our Western Conference semifinals here. The Thunder versus the Nuggets. This one is yet to reach its conclusion, but currently the Thunder are leading 3-2 over the Denver Nuggets. And they're actually playing tonight. I think it's starting pretty soon. But yeah, we can take a little look. Again, we got our top performers here, our MVP hopefuls for this year in SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the point guard for the Thunder, averaging 28 points, almost 8 rebounds, and 7 assists per game. And we have a man that's already won the MVP multiple times in Nikola Jokic, assists in this series. So, this series, unfortunately, I haven't been able to watch much of. These games are usually later, and I am asleep by then, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it would be interesting to see. It'd be fun to watch the Game 7 of this series. But yeah, now we can kind of start getting into our predictions a little bit. Our predictions. So, I think the Nuggets are going to force a Game 7 by winning tonight. I think they will win tonight and force a Game 7 against the Thunder. But I do think the Thunder will be the ones to win in 7 at home, sending the Nuggets back to Denver. Man, I don't know. I always feel like the Nuggets series in the playoffs go to 7 games, like all the time for some reason. I mean, that would be so stressful as a fan. So shout out Nuggets fans, I guess. But yeah, anyways, I think the Thunder go into the conference finals against the Timberwolves, who the Wolves were here last year. So I think it'll be an interesting matchup. Oh man. Listen guys, we're gonna go over here to the Knicks and Celtics. This one is gonna be hard for me to talk about personally. If you guys don't know, I am a Celtics fan. I had some very, very high hopes for this season. I honestly thought we would make it back to the finals, no problem. I mean, I knew it's obviously not easy getting to the finals, but we have like all the same players as last year. We were relatively healthy. Like, there was nothing leading me to believe that we would be down 3-1 to the Knicks. Of course, we won. Just the Celtics won last night, extending the series. But of course, in Game 4, well, first of all, can we just talk about how heartbreaking this series has been? Oh my gosh. The Celtics leading, the first 2 games by 20 points. The Celtics have been, leading this entire series for, almost all of these games. And then the Knicks just come back. They don't go away. I'm sorry if I get a little fired up here, but man, I think we could just not kill them. Of course, they have the clutch player of the year, Jalen Brunson, who has really been living up to that name. Besides last game where he fouled out, but man, he just came alive in the 4th quarter and just put the team on his back, and it was hard to watch as a Celtics fan. We just collapsed. Tatum and Brown kind of just went back into their isolation, trying to do everything themselves, and I don't know how this happened. And I mean, it's just been such an interesting series. Side note, the purposely fouling Mitchell Robinson because he sucks at free throws. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. I mean, he looked so devastated. Like he had his hands on his head when he was missing those airballing, not just missing, airballing multiple free throws as an NBA basketball player. How does that happen? is crazy to me. It's not like they aren't practicing these free throws. They're called free throws because they're supposed to be easy. But of course, he kind of redeemed himself last night. I think he went like 6 for 6 from the free throw line. And let me tell you, I've never seen someone celebrate like he did after making just free throws. He was shaking his head, sticking his tongue out. Man was so hyped to finally make some free throws. It was kind of funny to see, to be honest. Oh my. But of course, the biggest story, and it just really breaks my heart. I am devastated, to say the least. Jason Tatum tearing his Achilles at the end of Game 4. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm just gonna rant for a second. So, it's just fast. You can skip if you don't want to listen about this. But like I said, big Celtics fan. I've been watching Tatum since he was drafted. I got to watch him as a rookie, and just his whole rise to stardom over the years, just getting better every year, and without any major injuries. I mean, he had some like little nagging things here and there, but nothing like this. And when I saw him go down like that with a non-contact injury, my heart dropped in the way he was just like writhing in pain on the floor, and when he couldn't walk off and was being wheelchaired, I knew it was over. We're cooked. We are cooked. I mean, the Celtics were able to rally last night and win without Tatum, but I still think we are most likely cooked in this playoff series. I think it's only like, I want to say around 15 teams in the NBA history have come back from a 3-1 deficit in the playoffs, so it is possible, but not very probable, to say the least. But yeah. I'm sorry, I need to collect my thoughts. I was so depressed watching that game, and my mind just spirals like, this might be the end of the Celtics championship window. I mean, Tatum might come back maybe at the end of next season, but even after all the rehab and everything, he's finally come back. It's probably going to take another year for him to get back to the conditioning he was at, hopefully get back to that same level of explosiveness. But I've also seen players have injuries like this, and unfortunately just kind of become a shell of their former selves, which terrifies me. And it sucks because we'll probably have to wait like about 2 years to really get an answer. Man, and you know, Tatum's still young. I really, really, really hope he can bounce back from this. But I mean, what's gonna happen with our team now? They were already gonna have to sell, or not sell, but like trade players next year, move stuff around because of the cap, the salary cap, and everything with the collective bargaining agreement in the NBA, and the second apron, and all that complicated stuff. That's a lot of it just goes over my head, to be honest. So we'll have to see how different the Celtics look next year. Are they going to trade? I think the top contenders are trading like Drew Holiday, Porzingis, Porzingis, um, maybe Pritchard, 6-man of the year. I'm sure there's a lot of teams that he could start for. But I mean, I haven't really looked too much into contracts and all that good stuff. But well, we'll have to see. Only time will tell. But God, if they trade Derek White, I will riot. I will riot. Do not trade Derek White. I know they could get a lot for him, but oh my God, I love him. Please don't trade him. And obviously, please don't trade Tatum or Brown either. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, that's the end of my Celtics rant. Sorry about that. I just had to get that off my chest. I've just been thinking about it all week. Okay, so I do believe the Knicks are going to win this series. Most likely in 6 back at Madison Square Garden. But who knows, maybe the Celtics can extend the series again. But yeah, I'm taking the Knicks here, unfortunately, as much as it pains me. And believe me, it pains me. Alright. Oh God. I need to stop thinking about it. I need to move on. Okay. So, conference finals. I'm picking Thunder versus Timberwolves. Let's see, we got SGA versus Ant-Man. Yeah, this would be an interesting series. Both deep teams. Of course, Thunder having players like SGA, Chet Holmgren, Hartenstein, Casey Wallace, of course, both of the Jalen Williams on their team. Isaiah Joe, Timberwolves having Ant-Man, Conley, Julius Randle, Gobert, Nas Reed. I think it could be a pretty interesting matchup here. Yeah, I don't know. Let's, I'm thinking here. I'm thinking. Oh, man. Honestly, I don't know. I've been counting the Timberwolves out this whole postseason. I'm scared to do it again. But I know the Thunder are... Oh, man. You know what? I'm just going to say this series is going to go to 6 or 7. And I think it'll be competitive. I think we've got some young guns on each team trying to prove something. Ant-Man trying to get to the finals, which he was unable to do last year. And the young Thunder team, still unproven, trying to get to the finals as well, with their MVP candidate hopeful, SGA. Oh, man. You know what? I'm done doubting the Timberwolves. I'm gonna say Timberwolves in. Let's go 6. I'm gonna be bold. We're going crazy. Bold takes here. Hot takes. Wolves in 6 over the Thunder is my prediction for the Western Conference Finals. I wish I was able to drag this over. Whoops. But yeah, I'll take the Wolves in 6 over the Thunder. So then we will have the Pacers, the Indiana Pacers, who have also surprised me in this postseason, going up against New York Knicks. Of course, the Knicks are going to have a nice little home advantage being in Madison Square Garden, but the Pacers have shown that home court does not mean anything to them. So that doesn't really tell me a whole lot. Both have some good players. Again, Pacers having Halliburton, Nembhard, Leonard, Neesmith, Siakam, Miles Turner. I think I forgot to mention him earlier. Pretty solid, deep team. And then the Knicks having Brunson, of course, Cat, Carl Anthony Towns. Why am I blanking? Why am I blanking on other players? We are literally, I've watched all these. Okay. Oh yeah, of course. Mikal Bridges. Yeah, Josh Hart. Jeez. I'm sorry. Mitch Robinson, Anunoby. Got some solid players. I've just got brain fog right now. But man, this is hard, guys. This is hard. This is hard. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just dropped my pen and hit the camera. I'm a mess right now. I am a mess. I'm doing the best I can. Okay. Let me look at the Pacers roster real quick. I need to figure some things out here. You know what? Again, it pains me. I'm gonna take the Knicks over the Pacers, and we'll say this goes to 7. So that means we will have the Minnesota Timberwolves going against the New York Knicks. New York. In the finals is my final prediction. Knicks and Timberwolves. Now, who will win? Who will win? Oh, man. You know what? I'm just gonna go with my gut on this one. I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm gonna take the Minnesota Timberwolves to beat the New York Knicks in the finals. I think I heard it's been like 25 years since the Knicks made it to the finals. I'm not sure about the Wolves. I feel like it's probably also been a while. I don't know. Did they make it when KG was on their team? Who knows? But yeah, I'll take the Wolves. Or not. Yeah. But there you go. Those are my picks for the finals, taking the Timberwolves. Is that what I said? I'm losing my mind. Gosh. Yeah. Wolves. Did I say in 6 or? I don't know if I said. Okay. Yeah, let's take the Wolves in. We'll go 6 games. Timberwolves in 6 over the Knicks. Wow, I'm sorry, y'all. Like I said, I'm under the weather. I'm just losing my mind. But those are my final predictions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you agree? Do you think I'm crazy? I mean, I am kind of crazy, but do you think my takes are bad? Who do you want to see in the finals, and who do you think will make it? It's been a fun playoffs thus far, so really hoping whoever does make it in the finals, I hope it's at least competitive. As much as I love the Celtics, I know last year's finals were pretty boring for most people, with the Celtics winning in 5, so hopefully it can at least go to 6 or 7, make it pretty interesting. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be still trying to upload every week or so when I can. Again, I just have classes and stuff, unfortunately, that I have to take care of. So I've been pretty busy, but anyways, again, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're looking for some more NBA hoops content. Thinking of maybe doing some gaming on this channel as well, and of course some more NBA card openings in the future. So stay tuned. We'll have some fun stuff coming up. But until next time, I will see you guys. Take care. Peace.